Getting to this conversation exclusively, India Today has access to WhatsApp chat where she can be seen reaching out for help for action against Aaftab. Shraddha talks about visiting the police station. Shraddha speaks to her former boss and details the abuse, horror, telling him how she can't get up from bed after being hit because of her body aches. Who responds to her saying, "Don't be scared, we are all with you," is what is the response really from the person that she was speaking with. This is truly distressful, where she says that she is in fact getting him to move out. He's moving out today, Shreya, is what she says in this conversation. But clearly, the horror didn't stop there, isn't it? Shreya is with us for more details on that story, joining us from Aaftab's house. Shreya, in fact, this conversation, she says he's moving out today. But clearly, Shraddha's horror didn't end there.
Well, unfortunately, Sneha, that horror did not end and resulted in such a horrific murder instead. And that also clearly points out at how clever this man was. He was manipulating to another level, despite such an history of abuse, of such a toxic relationship. Shraddha unfortunately couldn't get out of the relationship, and this man manipulated her to stay with her. And it is this very house again and again that we want to show our viewers, where Shraddha was murdered brutally and then chopped up into 35 pieces allegedly, after which the body parts were obviously disposed by Aaftab. Now the Delhi police is definitely trying their level best to piece this together with the help of the scientific evidence, with the help of FSL teams, and they are at that combing operation. They're also speaking with a lot of other people. They're recording statements of those who knew Aaftab, who saw Aaftab over here, and that's what the investigation is happening. But you know, as the case history comes out with these images, these WhatsApp chats of the abuse that Shraddha was undertaking for years. She got murdered in 2022, but these suggest that it was way before that she was being brutally attacked, she was being beaten up, and despite that, unfortunately, she couldn't get out of the relationship, and that's so horrific that it actually had to meet such an unfortunate fate.
Akshay is also getting asked more details on that. Shreya, be with us. I'm coming back to you. We're staying with those chat conversations of Shraddha with her colleague, in which she's speaking about how distressed she was and how her body ached, her blood pressure was low. What about the investigations, Akshay? Get us up to speed with the investigations in this matter, because this is a case which is from 5 months ago. So putting together the evidence at this point in time, when a lot of the evidence, the DNA evidence, has been wiped out by this man, is going to be extremely important.
Well, absolutely, Sneha. In fact, that is the key. The DNA analysis of the samples of bones that have been collected from here, right, this forest where I'm standing right now, they are the key to put Aaftab behind bars for a very, very long time. In fact, people have been asking for a very harsh punishment. They have been asking for a capital punishment for Aaftab because of what he has done, because of what he did. And now that all the information from the friends and family members are trickling down, as people are opening up, people are talking about the kind of abuse Shraddha was going through, it is becoming clearer by each and every passing day that it is not just a murder that was committed and it was not just an act of rage. This was something that was going on for a very long time. We are seeing that in fact, 2 years back also Shraddha was being beaten up by Aaftab. Then we skipped to the next year in 2021. She had shared pictures where she can be seen with bruises on her faces, and now coming to this year, she was murdered in cold blood by Aaftab. And the very important part of this entire crime is also the fact that Aaftab has confessed that he wanted to in fact kill Shraddha 10 days back as well, but he stopped. And the reason that he cited to the police was that because Shraddha started crying. But now it seems that he stopped because he had to make some sort of planning and to how to get away with the murder, how to get rid of all the evidence. And that exactly, it seems, what he did. He bought everything. He bought a saw, he bought a fridge, and all of this was done to get away with the evidences, dispose all of the evidences. And in fact, he was in fact hoping that nobody will ever get to know about the crime after he made that excuse initially in the interrogation by police that Shraddha left him a long time back. Had it not been for the transaction that he had himself done from the bank account of Shraddha, the police would not even have the leads that it is Aaftab only who has murdered the girl. Right now, the combing operation is continuously going on in the forest. In fact, the police teams have divided across the national capital. The police that is looking for the skull of the body is also sending sample of skull that was found in Pandavnagar in the national capital around the same time when Shraddha was murdered for a DNA analysis. Today the teams went even to the private company where Aaftab used to work and had searched the neighboring areas as well, and some samples, some evidences have been collected from there as well. Now it remains to be seen that whether it will all match up, whether the bones that have been found from this forest match with the DNA of the father, and that is going to be a very big evidence as far as the police is concerned, because as of now no solid evidence including the murder weapon, the cell phone or the skull, they have not been found yet, and the police focus right now is to find all of these evidences so that they can make a watertight case against this man.
Be with us, Akshay. Coming back to you and also to Shreya for more on that, staying with this horrific images of Shraddha's brutal assault has emerged. And an image from 2020 has emerged where Shraddha's face is bruised and battered. Cuts can be seen on the nose and bruised cheeks as well. Scratches also seen on her neck and eyes are swollen. India Today has also accessed a 2020 medical report from Mumbai when Shraddha was hospitalized after severe back pain and spine injury. From that, it was suspected that Shraddha was assaulted by Aaftab. Shraddha also consulted a doctor in 2020 to whom she highlighted her depression as well as Aaftab's anger issues. India Today spoke exclusively to this doctor.
I'm a physician by profession, so I had received a call from her stating कि उनको कुछ सेडेटिव पिल्स की ज़रूरत हो रही है, थोड़ा सा साइकोलॉजिकल डिस्टर्बेंस चल रहा है फैमिली के अंदर, थोड़ा सा फाइनेंशियल क्रंच चल रहा है फैमिली के अंदर. तो आई थॉट दैट्स वेरी कॉमन बिकॉज कोविड था और लॉकडाउन हो रखा था, तो आई थिंक फाइनेंशियल क्रंच वाज वेरी कॉमन दैट टाइम. बट अभी समझ में आ रहा है कि उनका नेचर ही आई थिंक कुछ अलग था. उनके जो मिस्टर आफ्ताब करके नाम बताया था, तो उनका नेचर ही काफी अलग था. आई ऑल्सो थिंक कि कुछ वो he must be consuming some drugs as per talks. वो जो मुझे समझ में आया कि वो काफी गुस्से में रहते हैं और काफी टाइम तक उनको जो है गुस्सा रहता है. तो इस तरह से बातें हुई थी हमारी और मैं उनको बोला था कि आप अस्पताल आइए, हम आपको यहाँ इलाज करेंगे, हम पूछेंगे, बातचीत करेंगे, काउंसलिंग करेंगे, साइकियाट्रिस्ट से कंसल्ट कराएंगे एंड वो हिसाब से फिर आपको मेडिसिन प्रिस्क्राइब करेंगे. बट शी वाज इंसिस्टिंग ऑन फोन व्हेन वी सेड रियली सॉरी कि हम उनको दवाई दे पाए, बट उसके बाद में फिर वापस कभी फोन नहीं आया.
पेशेंट हमारे पास गर्दन का दर्द और बैक पेन करके आई थी कि जिसकी वजह से उसको गर्दन की मूवमेंट करने में और उठने बैठने में चलने में थोड़ी मुश्किल हो रही थी, पेन हो रहा था. तो फिर हमने उसको ऑर्थोपेडिशियन डॉक्टर योगेश पाटिल सर से कंसल्ट करके उसका ट्रीटमेंट चालू किया. तो उसको मेडिकल मैनेजमेंट मतलब मेडिसिन, इंजेक्शंस और फिजियोथेरेपी स्टार्ट किया. तो 2-3 दिन में पेशेंट का पेन अच्छे से सब.
Disturbing conversation, this chat that we're putting out for our viewers. In fact, on 24th of November 2020, we have those images. Shraddha's text sent to her manager, but then a comforting message comes. Everything will be sorted. Don't be scared. We are with you. What's your husband's name is a question that is being asked by a manager. Well, these are conversations that Shraddha has read clearly. And remember, this conversation